Hello everyone, welcome back to the news. Recently, the ex-EFCC boss, Mr. Bawa, had revealed some shocking details to Nigerians. Yes, my country people. He revealed how Nigeria lost about $450 million to fraud under the Petroleum Support Fund between 2006 and 2019. This he made known in his newly released book titled The Shadow of Loot and Losses, uncovering Nigeria's petroleum subsidy fraud, which chronicles the deep-rooted corruption that plunged Nigeria's petrol subsidy regime. The former EFCC boss, who led a special investigation team during his tenure at the commission, stated that several oil marketers were found. They were found culpable and faced prosecution. Bawa also provided insight into Nigeria's broader subsidy burden, estimating that the country has spent more than 16.5 trillion on petrol subsidies since the return to democratic rule in 1999. According to Mr. Bawa, investigations further identified an attempted fraud of over 9.4 billion, wherein oil marketing companies forged documents to align with altered dates on the mother vessel bills of landing to secure higher subsidy payments. However, due to existing contingencies in the applications of the guideline, these altered bills of landing dates were ultimately not utilized. So there were a whole lot of frauds going on under the fuel subsidy regime, a whole lot of frauds. They were looting and milking the country dry because of subsidy payments. Now, my country people, this is, Mr. Bawa reviewing how Nigeria lost millions and trillions of naira to petrol subsidy fraud. Now, this topic of fuel subsidy removal have been a long debated topic in Nigeria ever since Tinubu announced the end of subsidy payments in May 29, 2023. A lot of people felt Tinubu's pattern of removing fuel subsidy wasn't structured, it wasn't organized, that Tinubu did not remove it in an organized manner so as it will not affect Nigerians greatly. While a lot of people felt Tinubu did the right thing regardless, that Tinubu did the only thing other presidents failed to do. During Goodluck Jonathan's regime, when he tried to remove subsidy, people protested and all of that. And, Buhari came, nothing was done regarding subsidy removal, and Tinubu came and removed fuel subsidy. A lot of people have been saying there is nothing wrong with Tinubu removing fuel subsidy, but what he did wrong was the process through which he removed the fuel subsidy. After he removed the fuel subsidy, he devalued the naira. He floated the naira, and these policies really affected Nigerians. And now, Tinubu removed subsidy to save money, but till today, Nigeria is still borrowing money. Tinubu promised a lot of reforms, a lot of changes, positive impact, but today, Nigerians are still facing unprecedented hardship. Nigerians are still facing hunger, insecurity, and so on and so forth. So the fuel subsidy removal, in May 2023, really sparked a lot of crisis in the country, where the prices of petrol, really doubled at that moment. The prices of foodstuffs, transportation, everything doubled and tripled over time. And let's not forget that unemployment is also there, crippling the nation. But Tinubu has not yet, shown us what Nigeria gained from removing fuel subsidy. Now, this fuel subsidy removal has its own effects, and Nigerians are still trying to, survive to scale through the effects of the fuel subsidy removal. But what can we say? The president made a bold move by removing the fuel subsidy because there were a whole lot of frauds being committed under this, under the disguise of a petrol subsidy. A whole lot of corruption deeds, a whole lot of scam, billions and trillions of naira were being looted right under our noses because of, fuel subsidy. And I'm surprised that the ex-EFCC boss actually made this disclosure, reviewing how a lot of evils were perpetrated, how this subsidy fraud destabilized Nigeria's economy, how it really dealt with our economy. I'm really surprised that this is coming from him. I mean, this is coming after he was removed and then replaced with with another person. We all know Mr. Bawa's story, how he was removed as the EFCC boss. He was removed over some corruption allegations on him, and that was how he had to step down from his office. It was more like he was sacked, back then. So guys, what are your thoughts on this? Now, this he reviewed through his newly released book titled The Shadow of Loot and Losses. This is really interesting, my country people. All I can say is that this fuel subsidy removal, according to many people, was an organized, was something that Tinubu wanted to do, that with his genuine mind, because he had been saying he would remove subsidy. Even other people said they would remove subsidy. Obi said he was actually going to remove fuel subsidy if he emerges as the president. Even he said it recently that he would have removed subsidy if had it been he won the election, or had it been they crowned him the president of this country. But the method, the pattern through which he would have removed the subsidy wouldn't have been as harsh as what Tinubu did. And guys, I thought personally the removal of these fuel subsidies would save the government enough money to run the affairs of our country. But I'm just wondering, why is it that we are still borrowing? I mean, Tinubu is still borrowing, despite saying we've saved over 1 trillion because of a fuel subsidy removal, and they are still borrowing. I don't understand their reason behind borrowing money, even when they claim they saved money from subsidy removal. Not to talk of floating the naira. Not to talk of floating the naira. Everything has increased. Inflation has crippled the economy. Where is Nigeria heading to? And at the end of the day, the federal government of Nigeria will come and say, well, they want to share money to people. They want to share some certain amount of money to people to help them alleviate the effect of the subsidy removal. And they will borrow money to share money to people over subsidy removal. When they see all these kinds of scam where they go on for this country, it's like robbing Peter to pay Paul. At the end of the day, Nigerians are the ones suffering from all these effects of loot and, manipulation and embezzlement here and there from our very own leaders. So guys, I'm dropping here. What are your thoughts on this? Kindly share in the comment section. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, like us, share, subscribe. Thank you. Bye for now.